Hey DC3 family, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, yeah. Hey guys, we have a special announcement to make, and we regret we can't do this live, but there's some reasons why we're doing it now. And first of all, we just want to say how much we love you guys. I can't believe the last weekend of the year is in front of us.
Crazy.
But it's really cool. Guys doing some cool things around here.
2018 has been immeasurably more than we could ever ask or imagine. We launched our first campus in Northport, and it's really growing, and relationships are growing, and people are coming to know the Lord, and it's really exciting. And also here, we have had an awesome year in Punta Gorda campus. Just this past couple weeks with our Christmas outreaches, we have touched nearly 1,000 children overseas and locally, and so that is just an amazing thing to celebrate. We've seen lots of new life groups coming up. We have lots of new leaders. I personally graduated with Natalia. We've graduated nearly 20 women that went through a leadership class with us called Rooted. And so we are just really, really excited about all that God is doing in and through Deep Creek Community Church.
Yeah, and just this morning, Becca, our children's director, was sharing a story of life change. While we're reaching people outside our church and doing ministries and helping people in need, every weekend, even in our life groups, there are people coming to know Christ, being healed, their lives are being transformed, and this whole idea of turning unchurched and unplugged people into totally devoted followers of Jesus Christ through real liberal people, God's up to some really cool stuff. And
it's amazing.
Yeah, and one of the things that we're trying to do constantly and have been working on this year a lot is to take a look at the organizational side of our church to maximize our ability to love people, to reach people. We've worked really hard behind the scenes, and in doing so, we have talked to our eldership, we've talked to our A-team, and this Saturday night, we talked to our congregation at our Saturday night service about a key decision we've been talking about for over a year now, and that has to do with our service times. We're excited to announce to you brand new service times in conjunction with our 2020 vision for the year 2019 coming up in January.
Yeah, so we're going to be transitioning, and I know, like all of you, even when change is good, change is hard. We get used to things a certain way, we expect things to be a certain way, and it's really hard sometimes to be flexible, especially when changes come to our own schedules. But we have grappled with this, wrestled with this as a staff, with our volunteers, with the elders, like Steve said, and so we've prayed about it and decided that we are going to be transitioning our Saturday night service into a third Sunday service, starting the first weekend in January when we come back from our sabbatical. And so our service times are going to be 8:30 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11:30 a.m. here in Punta Gorda. And then also in Northport, we're going to be doing 10 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. And we are really excited about what this means specifically for our staff and volunteers who work tirelessly all through the week, all year long, to bring the message of Jesus Christ, the good news, the greatest thing that we could ever bring and deliver in a really excellent package. And so that's what we're working towards, doing better for you in the new year.
Yeah, and this has been a decision that we carefully weighed. We had talked about doing this sooner, and we saw an increase in our Saturday night services in the beginning of the year, and so we went, wow, God's doing something here, we're going to leave it there. So we launched the Northport campus, and when we did so, you have to understand something. Our volunteer base was basically split in half somewhat, and so there began to be this strain we felt about not enough volunteers. Now, people have stepped up, but as we've talked about over the last few weeks, a lot of that is still a strain on us. And we have come to conclude that one of the primary strains is that 2 days on a weekend, specifically our Saturday night service. And another fact that we've weighed out is that since our campus launch, our Saturday night service has been somewhat stagnant, has not been growing while our Sunday services are growing. It has basically remained on a plateau. So we have come to the conclusion through much counsel, as Proverbs says, there is wisdom in the counsel of many, that the best thing to do at this point in DC3 was to stop our Saturday night services for now and move to a third Sunday service, as Sarah said. We understand that there's a lot of people even some that we talked to this past weekend, that it's going to affect, and they're going to have to make some challenging changes. But we want to thank you guys for trusting that this is the best decision. Now, as we grow, we can always add that Saturday night service back. But for now, we feel like it is the best decision going forward.
It's really going to be an exhale for our children's volunteers, and that's a huge deal for us. We believe in kids. Kids are the future of the church of Deep Creek, as well as the church at large, and we want to pour into them well, and we want our volunteers to be healthy and excited and ready to go. And right now, that is a real area of concern for Becca as she leads our children's ministry, and for her team. So we always are trying and striving to hit a good stride of emotional health for our team. Emotional, spiritual, physical, all of that matters. And so we really feel like this is going to be the best decision for now, although it's not a perfect decision, right? I mean, every decision has pros and cons. But trust us that we have really, really soberly thought this through and talked about it, and feel like this is going to be the best move for now.
Well, man, I am excited. We're actually here filming this while the 212 Youth Ministry is getting ready to crank an unbelievable party, and they're growing, and things are going crazy
and
there.
Northport had a big party last night. Now we have our Punta Gorda party tonight. So there's so many great things happening. We want you to be encouraged, and challenged to be a part, challenged to step up.
We need you.
We need you. Absolutely.
Hey, and so I want to say this, guys. Here's what we need from you. All right. We want you to be involved. This is your church. This is our church, right?
Absolutely.
So if you have questions, or you're a little confused, or maybe you have concerns, you can email me. You can talk to me. You know, we will be glad to field the questions, because it's about real people with real concerns and real love, and we're going to walk through this together. But here's what I do know: Satan will try and use this to divide us if we let him. So please don't let it become a divisive thing. If you have concerns, just voice those concerns. We love you guys. Also, your prayer that God would lead us and direct us, because this is about reaching the world and discipling people that follow Christ. So we need your prayer. And lastly, we need your love. We love you guys, and we want you to love us. We want you to pray for us, and we want to do this arm in arm, hand in hand, side by side. This is a battle we need everyone to fight with us, right?
Absolutely.
We need to be on the same team. Again, this will all take effect the first weekend in January. Remember, there's no service the last weekend in December.
December 29th and 30th.
Right.
Sabbatical weekend. We've been doing this since the beginning of the church.
And we're getting ready for just an awesome charge
year.
into 2019. We've got this great series coming that I believe is going to bless you. We've got Bill Wilson's coming the second week from New York Metro Ministries. Just some great things happening here behind the scenes. So we love you guys. Merry Christmas. Hope you got everything ready to go. Enjoy, joy, peace, and be that bright star. And this weekend we're going to talk about some perfect love of Jesus Christ. Hope you see you at service, guys. Love y'all.